Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me on how to declutter your books. How are we going to downsize all the books that you have acquired through the years? And I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Just hit that little red button below and subscribe to my channel. It's free. And every Thursday I upload a downsizing or decluttering or organizing video. So thank you. So how to begin downsizing all these books that you have. And I know some of you out there, I mean, you're in book clubs, so you've got books every month from that. I know myself, I had 4 children and I was constantly buying parenting, books. And, this is how old I am. It was like a book on, how to manage my space. How much time do you let your kids on the computer? All kinds of parenting books. Church would have Growing Kids God's Way and speakers coming in, and I would buy those books like how to raise your kids. And then let's not forget, I was in direct sales for over 20 years, and our conventions would have these fantastic motivational speakers. I mean, John Maxwell, just, the speaker would speak. It would be really great stuff. And I would go ahead and buy that motivational book. Or like when you're flying and you're in the gift shop and it's always these fantastic, catchy, Who Moved My Cheese and inspirational business books. And yeah, you pick one up at the airport and your shelves just get filled with motivation, parenting, cookbooks, book club books. And I mean, before you know it, you have 300, 400, 500 books without even blinking an eye. And so in my large home that I used to live in, besides my living room, besides my family room, I had a den with a huge, the whole wall bookcase. So, I mean, it was no big deal. Every time I brought a book home, zap, just put it on there. Just put it on the shelf, put it on the shelf. Well, I'm living in a much smaller space, and there's just no way. There's no way I can bring all those books. And if the truth be told, I mean, yeah, I would read the book once. It would go on the shelf, I don't know, to fill up my bookshelf. It looked nice, I had some up and down it, some sideways. I had some bins filled with magazines. I don't know. I never revisit the books. I mean, especially ones that, I don't know, like for book club and stuff, you read it once and then you're done. And so I just had to start getting rid of them. And I wish I would have thought of this years ago. But a friend of mine, Donna, told me that when she goes, she's invited to someone's house for dinner, a holiday, or just casually, hey, come on over and watch the Super Bowl. Instead of bringing a bottle of wine to the hostess, or, maybe baking a pie, or maybe a nice little gift of, Bath and Body Works or whatever, she takes 4 or 5 books out of her bookcase. She stacks them up. She ties a nice, beautiful ribbon around them. And that's what she brings to her hostess. And she said, hey, they might not all be what she likes, but maybe she can gift it to someone. Or it's oh my gosh, this is a great cookbook. Or, hey, I never read that self-help book. She just said it, that's what she does. She puts 5 books together and she just takes them as hostess gifts. And I thought that was an excellent idea. The other thing I did with my books is I did have a garage sale. And everybody said, oh, you don't sell books at garage sales, don't even bother. Guess what? I sold a ton of books at my garage sale. I mean, a ton. I laid them all out over 2 tables, and I had boxes underneath the table, and I would have to even keep filling in. But you know what? Just because I'm older and I have adult children now that I've gotten through, all the child raising years, and I'm, retired now, so I don't have my business. A lot of people come through and they want those motivational books. I mean, they want the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. They want to pick up a cookbook that maybe they haven't had. I got rid of my crock pot, but hey, my crock pot cookbook was on the table and they're just starting their family and they need that. It's amazing. You put them out at a garage sale, they go. The other thing is your local library. Our library only wanted books that were 2008 to current time. but they certainly would take them if you want to, give them to your library. You can take them to Goodwill, you can donate them. But honestly, when you're looking at these books, you're never going to read them again. Your kids aren't going to read them again. I mean, everybody just has their devices now, right? And, my brother is a retired teacher and librarian himself. And him and his wife are avid readers. And they just don't get it. They're like, we never buy a book. The library has everything you want. We go to the library, we get every book we read. If they don't have it, they order it from us, and like the bigger library downtown, satellites it out to their local library. They're like, your library card is the answer to everything. There's no reason to spend the money to buy the book, or again, filling up your shelves. In fact, my other sister-in-law, her library card, you can even she likes to get them on her devices. They just download them right on her device. So whether you like that or you like holding your book and enjoying it, you can just go to your local library. Get rid of your books. You'll feel great. And when you get started, everyone's like, where do you start? How do you do it? I wouldn't start with your children's books. I mean, I did save children's books. There are books that you have read to your kids, rocking them to sleep, or there's Christmas books that was a tradition that you read every year on Christmas Eve. You don't have to get rid of all your books. But honestly, when you are going through this massive job of getting rid of, the books that you yourself read, you're going to be like, why did I hang on to these? Why did I keep them? Anything you throw out, you can always buy it back. I mean, honestly, if you really I love the book, The Help. I loved it. That was one of our books for book club that I breezed through. I couldn't wait till the movie came out. I just love the book, The Help. But that's it. I read it once. I don't need it again. So just tell yourself, you've got to declutter the books. You've got to get them out. Whether you give them as hostess gifts, or you put it in a garage sale, or give them to your library, you'll feel so good. They're so heavy. They take up so much space. It's just going to look so clean lined. Get them off your bookcases, and magazines. I used to have bins of magazines. When my kids were growing up, my Hannah Mae, oh my gosh, she loved to cook. And one year for her birthday, she got the Cooking Light magazine and the Rachel Ray magazine. And she loved them, and she just kept throwing them in the bins, and we were saving them. I asked her, I said, did you, she's moved. Do you want any of these? She's like, Mom, you can Google any recipe you want. She kept a couple of her really favorite cookbooks. I mean, she's that girl that really does love some of her cookbooks, but all those magazines and articles, you can just get all that online. It's just so easy. So I'm encouraging you today that's a super way that you'll see so much progress. You will be shocked how many books you have in your home, and just get them out the door. And that's how I would do it. And have a great night, and just start piling them up and getting them out. All right, you have a great day, and tomorrow's Friday. Have a great weekend, and thanks for joining me. And again, subscribe down below, and we'll see you soon.